Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet variety. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Helldivers 2. We are jumping back in with some helpful tips and tricks this episode that I have found for fighting the Terminid menace on the Eastern Front? Yes, Eastern Front of the galaxy. So yeah, I've been playing for a while now, got up to level 12, seems to be a pretty... Oh, I swear, I love these TV commercials. They're such a funny interruption, but we are not looking for that right now, so we are going to go into a bit more quietly. So,
Helldiver, take command of
the galaxy's bridge officer also interrupting me. It is what it is. So I've been playing for a little while now, gotten to level 12. You know, it's not the highest, but it's given me a slight understanding of the game, and, you know, definitely Terminids are, a little bit less stressful in my mind of the overall places to go. So I definitely recommend newer players consider starting there as opposed to Malevelon Creek. So today, I'm just going to be going through what I usually take on Terminid missions, some strategies I generally, run with in my mind, and we're going to do a couple Terminid drops so I can show you what I mean. So what I have pretty much come to find as a good strategy to life in the earlier stages of Helldivers are, the faster you move, the more likely you are to stay alive. So we got three kinds of armor here. The medium armor is what you start off with. I forgot where I unlocked this heavy armor from, but it's probably the battle pass. And you got the lighter armor. So medium armor is okay. It's just a good range of stats everywhere. Doesn't provide anything exceptional. I do not recommend running heavier armor, especially against the Terminids on lower levels. It's being able to run and having that fast stamina regen is so critical to not being caught out and mispositions. So my name in my head, I've come up with it, is my fastest fuckboy build is, running either one of the light armors. Preferably, I like the SC-34 Infiltrator, just because I like the look of it a little bit better. Technically, the Legionnaire armor is a little bit faster, but it's even less armor rating. And it's got some stuff for limb health and throwing range. But I do like, especially if you're trying to solo missions a little bit more, or start missions off and wait for your friends to come in. I'll get to check my OBS to make sure I am recording. I had that issue a couple of times already. So obviously, you're sacrificing a lot of armor rating here, so you are going to be a bit more squishy. But if you constantly stay moving, at least against the Terminids, because the cool thing about the Terminids that I found out, they don't shoot back, at least at the earlier levels. And this is definitely an early game guide through difficulties, probably 1 through, I'd say medium, up to medium. These general philosophies apply. Moving on to that, you start getting into the more ridiculous bugs that require a bit more thought, but we're not here to talk about that today. We're here for a nice, relaxing, Starship Troopers experience. So, so with the armor, love the Infiltrator armor. The pseudo-stealth aspects it gives with its scout passive, okay, but also the markers will generate radar pings that you place on the map. I don't know how it is for console, but when you have the map up, you can, I think with a left click, drag, I think it was shift left, it's some combination of buttons. I'll remind myself once I get into a game, to where you put pings down on the map to tell your team, hey, something's here, hey, we should go over there, stuff like that. But with the scout passive, those those pings will actually show you briefly, enemies in the area. So it's great to know what you're walking into. So definitely recommend the scout or light infiltrator armor. Helmets and capes right now, purely cosmetic, but I do like to, keep a bit of an even keel when it comes to my color pattern. I want clashing colors. We gotta look good for managed democracy out there. So that's really the main armor I run with. Weaponry's a little variable at the moment. I kind of tried to stick to a bit of a philosophy moving forward in this game that there is crowd control weapons, and then there's high damage, low spread weapons. And if I took a lot of, crowd control stratagems, I tend to stick to the more pinpoint, higher damage, less spread weapons with my usual kit. But after unlocking this fully auto shotgun, it's changed my opinion around on a few things. I'm still working through the breaker. I've been told it's quite meta at the moment. So still trying to figure out how it definitely works great against the bots, that's for sure, but I've not ran it too much against the Terminids. But in my earlier experience in levels, definitely I would either switch between, you'll get the marksman rifle pretty early on. So if I take more like specific less spread stratagems, I take kind of the Liberator as a crowd control weapon, and vice versa for the marksman rifle. So it's all about maintaining that balance and variety. So that's personally up to your choice. For me, I usually took crowd control stratagems, so the marksman rifle was something I usually ran with. But now we are working with the breaker, which will definitely be a little bit down the line. For your secondary, again, it entirely depends on what you're taking. For me, most of my stratagems are widespread, and I like the feel of the Peacemaker a little bit better than the Redeemer. I mean, don't get me wrong, full auto pistol feels good as well, but I don't know. I feel the Peacemaker's a little bit more intuitive. The 2 grenades I have unlocked, not much difference between them at the moment. I haven't really found them noticeable yet, so it's really dealer's choice there. Moving on to the all-important stratagems. So, specifically what I'm looking at with the Terminid missions that I think are the easiest to do with my setup are the Terminid Destroy Egg missions. Because you're fast, you're mobile. If you're in the scout armor, you could probably outrun most Terminids if you're careful with how you approach the situation. So that's pretty easy there. So what combos well with that, with the egg missions, being able to get the good angle with that speed, is ways to quickly destroy the eggs. And this is going to be a little bit down the line, but it definitely makes life so much better. It is the... Oh my god, the grenade launcher is like the little tooltip video is showing you right here. It is literally a must-have. Like, I have come to realize so far in my time in this game that the game's awesome. I love it to death. I wouldn't be making content on it if I didn't like it. But the game has severely misbalanced some of its weapons. Like, some of the weapons, like the grenade launcher, it's kind of sad because, like, I've gotten to the point where it's almost like a guaranteed take. It's so useful, and like I want to use the varied weapons, use my whole arsenal, but like the grenade launcher is so useful for crowd control. As you see right now, it's useful for dealing with nests and automaton factories on the other front as well, and it's just amazing. So granted, this, I believe it's level 8 when you finally can unlock it, so this is definitely going to be a little bit down the line, but this is what you should be striving for, is getting to the grenade launcher as fast as possible. That will make your life so easy. But for the earlier levels in the game, it's either 8 or 6, but obviously you're going to need some advice pre that. Definitely the stalwart, it is just a much more mobile and easy to handle machine gun, so highly recommend it. Very intuitive weapon for beginners. I personally have always been a fan of sniper type weapons, and I mean, this isn't a stealth game, but there are some pseudo-esque stealth elements to it, so definitely the sniper to there are, if you haven't noticed already, there's going to be bugs and there's going to be bots that are, armored in a way that your basic weapons can't take them out. And so you're going to need some sort of armor piercing capability. And, the anti-material rifle isn't the most armor penetrating, but it will deal with the bugs that need it early on. And usually in a bug breach or in roaming patrols that you find, there's really only one armored bug max at like these difficulty levels. So personally, If you don't like using the machine guns, the anti-material rifle is perfect in my mind. So yes, that's where we're sitting at for the weapons. So at this point, also something I should throw in there as well, because I've seen it a couple times in my random stacks. There is no need. I mean, unless you're playing in a team, then you're specifically bringing extra weapon stratagems to give to other people because they're substituting other things as well. There's no need to have multiple weapon stratagems. Like, I shouldn't need to take the stalwart, the machine gun, and the anti-material rifle, because you're not going to be able to carry all of that. So my general strategy, for playing the game and having a general, being an effective team member, we all want that, but we got to remember that we got to be that for other people sometimes. Is I find one weapon stratagem that I like. Later on in the game, you'll have backpacks. You can carry one backpack and one weapon, like the jetpack. So backpacks can also find a position in your builds, and generally 2 orbital strike stratagems. Excuse me, I'm sure you've noticed I've been suffering from a little bit of a dry cough these past 2 weeks. So yeah, 2 orbital strikes. Personally, the Eagle strafing run was very intuitive, very fast response to use as a beginner to the game. So I heavily recommend this to eventually get into the Eagle cluster bomb, which is just very nice. So yeah, definitely the Eagle strikes are more crowd control-y compared to sting a single target. So again, to maintain as much usefulness and Swiss Army knife-ness as possible to being a part of the team, I tend to take one crowd control stratagem and one kind of specific stratagem. Not the orbital precision strike is the first one you get, but it's a good one to start out with. Personally, for me, I believe... Where is it? Oh, well, where did it run off to? Yes, okay, the orbital Gatling barrage, it lasts for a few times, and it even works as a pretty good crowd control weapon. It's not as single target as I make it out to be, like compared to the orbital persistent strike, but I have found sometimes there are situations that call for prolonged bombardments, and sometimes there are situations that call for just crowd control in the extreme. And these stratagems can also be used to help clear bug nests as well. So 2 stratagems, 1 crowd control, 1 precision, 1 weapon, and if you want to experiment around with it, the sort of sentry type stratagems you can take with you. I've died to my own sentry so many times now that I've kind of gotten, not the best impression of them. So you got to be really careful because, as the tooltips will say, friendly fire isn't friendly. So sometimes they can be a little bit more trouble than good, and, they can really, catch your team members out. Like, one of my favorite sentries so far one of the few ones that I will use consistently is the mortar sentry, and I'll throw it down because, it doesn't need direct line of sight for the enemy. But yeah, it will just start firing, and sometimes, you forget that your team members are in the area where it's going to start firing, and, throws the whole mission out of whack. So the sentries are finicky and requires, very careful consideration and placement. So I wouldn't bother as a newer player to the game, until you understand things a little bit better to start worrying too much with the sentries. So early on, you're not going to have too many backpacks either. I think the first backpack unlocks, I think it's a supply pack, obviously, but that's not one I'd really consider getting early on. Really, the first time you want to consider getting backpacks is, I think, level 8 with the jump pack. So earlier than that, you might even have space to, maybe try to start learning the sentries. Again, I don't recommend that. Maybe I swear, the amount of times I've run into a team member's mines has been ridiculous. So if you're in voice chat, do somebody the courtesy and, call out where you're placing your minefields. But, yeah, it's something that I haven't experimented with, but maybe that might be a good replacement until you can get a backpack. So 1 weapon, maybe a minefield, maybe a sentry, and 2 stratagems is usually the build that I run. So I think we have done enough jibber jabber. The enemies of democracy have been waiting long enough for us, and it's time we oblige them and put some of these stratagems we have talked so much to the test.
The enemy has launched a surprise attack on one of our planets. It needs our aid.
Go see if we can find a bug nest destruction mission, because I believe those are the most fun and the most easy with this build. No, it does not look like there's a lot here. I really want to play on medium because at this point that's really what we're looking for, but you know, let's drop down to easy just to see. Raise the super red flag, illegal broadcast, ICBM. There are not many nest killings. Now let's hop to another planet. Yeah, let's hop to Fenrir and see what's up. Let's get back to medium. Killed the number. Okay.
Take command of the galaxy's liberation.
Initiating
Okay.
FTL jump to the Fenrir system.
Alright, show some of my pro Terminid killing tactics in action.
Jump complete.
Okay, so again, Gatling Strike, the Eagle Run. Again, the grenade launcher is going to be invaluable. Again, the second you get the jump pack, if you're wanting this fully mobile build, I take it as well. So, alright, let's get down planetside and help out our brethren already on the surface. Jump pack, grenade launcher, scout armor. That is what we are looking for. Otherwise, it is fast, you are mobile, and you can even consider trying to solo some of the
Allied destroyer joining squadron, deploying help.
I'm going to turn down the volume a little bit. Maybe to 3.
Go now.
Okay.
And shoot you fall.
Where's our
Remember
friends?
this.
Okay.
Every day is a good day.
Allied
Die
destroyer
for
joining
democracy.
squadron, deploying Helldiver to combat zone.
Let's get all of our fun stuff called out. I will say that with the jump pack, it is not as impressive as it seems. You know, I thought that a fucking jump pack would be doing much more, but it's more of a hop pack, if anything. So definitely curb expectations in regards to that. All right, so there. Where are we going?
Tagging map. West.
Okay, that is. All right. Yeah, my pen you see there is kind of pinging with the radar. There's a lot of bugs over that way, so if my allies, I'm not getting, they're engaging. Okay, well, let's get down there. Let's bust some bugs. I can't recommend enough trying first-person view if you haven't. Very fun. Good place for bombardment, just to
Firing orbital barrage,
keep
clear the area.
that Gatling strike to keep a constant pressure on the breach. That Gatling's done. Okay. Is that the nest eradicated? No. Okay, that's annoying. Freaking rover packs, I swear I get in the way of those lasers every time, so God, I hate these jumpers so much. Okay. God, I swear those rover packs. Yeah, be careful if you're any of your friends are breaking them. Alright, so let's get in there. Let's start shutting some of these bad boys down. Lasers. Yeah, that's another thing that makes a grenade launcher so freaking awesome. Normally you gotta like physically throw grenades into these nests, and yeah, no, with a grenade launcher that just takes care of it for you. So, all right, let's go. Let's go put these bugs down. I mean these eggs down. Try to show off the jump pack a little bit more. But yeah, pretty much. You should left finger on the sprint button nearly constantly. Ah, we have the Sea Artillery here. Does my team want to commit to getting it online? Alright, yeah, I guess we're trying to get it online. Alright, good experience. Hopefully the rest of the team don't take the bugs while we're here, or take the eggs while we're here. Perfect way to help us get the Seaf online, but... Yep, you want to be on the lookout for these side missions during your main mission, as they will grant you a very nice load of XP. Help you get up those levels quicker and get to those better stratagems, better weapons. Okay, I will not lie, this fully auto shotgun is got me quite amused. Okay, where are these shells? Like, normally it's supposed to be crap out of these sea shells. There's those mortar sentries in action. And you gotta be careful with them. They can be very useful, but they could also, you know, be very detrimental. Yeah, apparently meteor storms got added with this latest patch, and just another way that, you know, you gotta be paying attention. There'll be a highlight on there, some sort of light if a meteor strike's coming down your way, and you know, you gotta dive out of the way as soon as you see that. Or else you will be meteored. Okay, should we have to uplink it? Alright, he's on it. Alright, let's see, probably 200 experience. Alright. Seems like our team isn't too committed to getting the eggs down just yet, so which is fine. We got more than enough time. Good God, man. Get this thing on. Like, I don't think connecting it with the Super Destroyer. Oh, frickin' heck, this thing's laser. Okay, there we go. Okay, maybe it was just a wait. Alright, there's one of the armor dudes. This shotgun is a little bit broken, so do not be too alarmed about that prowess, but let's whip out our grenade launcher and try to make our way downtown. I do love to cluster bomb objectives. That was not the best throw, but to clear before I go in, just look like I hit anybody. Let's pre-get this Gatling barrage ready just in case, but... Okay.
Orbital inbound!
So, just because I primed it, let's get it ready.
Calling in a Helldiver!
Frickin' grenade launch just mulches eggs, so that's the one thing about the shotgun. The ammunition is terrible. Alright, jump pack. I said jump pack. Alright, here we go. Okay.
Tagging location.
Request approved.
See how
Reinforcements on the
fast
way.
that, like, one shot takes the whole wall of eggs out, so you can do it a bit more efficiently than I'm. Yep, already done there. But yeah, the freaking grenade launcher is so helpful for these missions. Alright, what we're looking next. Alright. And this thing will not take into account fall damage, as you know, you saw it kind of stabilizes itself, so do not worry about fall damage with this thing. Resupply would be quite handy.
Deploying equipment
So,
package.
Before we get on to the next one, because this shotgun just chews through frickin' ammo. Alright.
Tagging map.
Let's see if green up there will take care of that bug nest.
Affirmative.
Alright, don't forget to collect samples, you know? The green fraction, your top right, they're very critical resources for upgrading your ship and providing some cool stuff. Oh, I am not going the right way. I should be heading towards green. Yep. You know, tab Tab is checking your mini-map. You can use your mouse wheel if you're on mouse and keyboard to scroll up and down. And by holding right, you can ping the map. You can drag around and then left click to ping the map. So, very helpful tools. Alright, looks like Green is on top of it.
Bug outpost.
And when you're running between objectives, it's always good to make sure you're topped off. You don't want to be wasting ammo with your reloads, but if you're at a point where you think it's worth it, definitely use the time you have. All right, Green is on fire up there. Hopefully, we can get to the eggs before he does it. Maybe he's. I didn't check if he was running a grenade launcher as well, but look at how fast our stamina recharges with this light armor. Again, heavy armor, you are just way too immobile and way too, slow and able to be cut out to, be easily maneuverable. Okay, that looks like the eggs in the distance. Color me impressed, it might be. Okay. Where's this bug?
Calling in orbital strike. Bug tunnel breach.
Must be up there by Green. Prep the Gatling barrage. That's also a good thing to do. Between... Oh, that was a terrible throw. Yeah. I'm still not the best at my throws, but yeah, between objectives, it's prepping orbital barrages are right before you're about to go into a fight. I might have got a few from there. Alright. Make sure my shotgun's topped off. Okay, a little bit of fall damage there. Alright, let's prep Eagle Strike as I go into these eggs, just in case there's any Guardian bugs. Does not look like it.
Found something. Supplies.
Shall see that.
Requesting air support.
Just gotta make sure this is cleared out before I go in. Get my handy dandy launcher out to get this closed. Nope. Alright. I'll let myself get a little overextended here.
You will never destroy our way of life.
Yep, just remember, you are very squishy in this armor, so the goal is to, minimize how much you get cut out. Looks like they're starting to take care of the eggs, which is unfortunate. I was hoping to show off the grenade launcher a little bit more, but I think you've seen the effectiveness of it. This shotgun is just magnificent, so keep playing the game, get fun toys, but definitely the grenade launcher and the armor was what I wanted to show the effectiveness of, so, and I feel like I did that, so okay, maybe we'll get a couple shots in there. Look how fast we hold this. See, we're almost done. Definitely pistol, not the best, but I use it because it's frickin' fun, and why not?
You observed a
Alright, there we go.
distraction awaits.
Alright, time to get out of here. Oop. It's not dying to fall damage. Let's get some more stems. Yep, resupply is not just for ammo, it is also for stems and grenades, so. We'll see if there's any other bugs, nests on the map or objectives. Okay. I might grab more. Alright, cool. Alright, so on your mini-map, these red shaded areas, those are enemy nests, so it could be atomic bomb factories, or it could be Terminid nests. Alternate objectives will be light blue, if you did not know. So that'll be your sieve artilleries, your pods to upload data, anything else that's secondary. stuff that you don't have to do, but will net you some more Republic credits and other such stuff. We honestly need to go back in there. Okay, this looks like time for crowd control.
How'd you like to taste some
Sweet,
freedom?
sweet crowd. Okay, that did not do as much as I hoped. Maybe I was a little
Bug outpost
Another one
spotted.
bites the
Prepare
dust.
to exterminate.
frick. Pistol empty too. Yep, pistol. By all means, not good. Very fun to use though. Because I feel like such a freaking badass when I use it. Remember kids, switching to your sidearm is faster than calling in your next orbital stratagem. Or some derivation on that. Okay, what is my team gonna do? Okay, so I think we're still nest hunting here, so let's see if I can get a better angle on this thing. Avoid glowy things on Terminid maps. It's probably explosives that will slow you down as well, so. So, alright, so there's our nest structure somewhere in here, so
Reloading!
let's make sure my grenade launcher is up to snuff. Alright, glowing orange. You know what that means. Not a nest. Oh, fuck. Frick.
Activating jump pad.
Alright, I don't know. I didn't know what strategy my man called in, so. Automatic shotgun, big OP. Okay, so still is nest area here.
Last reload.
Alright. I can burn an insurance during ammunition.
Get some! Out of ammo.
Alright, activate a resupply.
Pulling down
Alright.
supply.
I'm being greedy. Should probably say, because remember, your team does share resupply strategies, as in it's on the same cooldown timer, so under perfect conditions, be considerate with it. That's all I will say. Alright, suppression, Gatling laser. Alright, let's see if we can track down where this freaking hive structure is. It's still right now. Oh, something killed me. Alright, well, you can really use the reinforced stratagem when you see your team members go down. They will appreciate it. Okay. Can I immediately call down my stuff? Yeah, it's... Oh, nope. I died right here. Alright. Yeah, so when you die, you don't lose any items you've called down. They just drop to the ground. So you can go pick them back up to save yourself the cooldown time. Alright, so we got a light nest, but again, it's still registering as a nest structure here. I don't know where. Alright, yep. I just don't like this marchlight. Okay. Where's this freaking nest? Is there a nest?
Bugs, southeast. Never mind.
I'm honestly about to give at this point. I think we should probably just go for extraction. I don't think there's any other nests. Oh! I literally legitimately spoke too soon. Okay, well that's one. It is yet again registering one more. Well, to reiterate what we learned from today, get the grenade launcher as soon as you can.
Calling in orbital strike.
It is literally lifesaver. Mainly for the Terminids, but it's also been... Oh, no. Why am I saying mainly for the Terminids? God, against the ATST wannabes over on the automaton side. Oh, it is a lifesaver. Okay, alright. Orbital laser. I hate that. Alright, I swear, I know it's on my side, but I swear I saw a nest. Okay, or the nest just decided to... Alright, it's no longer registering as a nest. That's very weird. Alright, yeah, let's try to single to our teammates. Time for extraction.
Dropping a pin. Southwest, 100 meters.
Yeah, we've done all that we could do here. They're probably off sample hunting, which is fine. Because, in case you did not know, your samples are shared. So do not worry about missing out on anything if you're not actively collecting them. That doesn't mean you shouldn't pick them up if you see them, because we are nice people here at the Super Earth and Helldivers Incorporated. Okay, nothing to expect when extraction is called. I don't know if they want to call extraction yet.
Sending in an eagle.
Let's do it.
Calling in extraction.
Is that normally
Extraction shuttle inbound.
waves of enemies will spawn to contest your extraction, so be ready for that. Normally, after I call in, I like to prep a orbital, just so I can immediately combat a direction they're coming from. Okay, I've seen that lock coming over here, maybe? Alright, we're just gonna throw it up there. The eagle strikes pretty range.
T-minus 1 minute, 30
Remember to
seconds.
get away from your strikes. Okay, I might have killed him, so that's my bad. You know, you'll kill your teammates from time to time, and your teammates will kill you from
Request
time to
approved.
time, so
Reinforcements on the way.
it does happen. Okay, that is a juicy,
Air support.
juicy pile of bullets. Another reason the grenade launcher is frickin' amazing, even though I vote them down with the shotgun, but if you don't have the shotgun, the grenade launcher will do just that. Alright, can we shut down an avenue of approach? My team's pretty much got that locked down. Yep, let's do that. Sentries will also do that just fine. You know, it's portions like this in a mission where sentries will come in handy. Alright, all of our strikes are down.
ETA T-minus 30 seconds.
That was an explosion. Was that the safe artillery?
ETA
Good
T-minus
lord.
20 seconds.
I think it was that explosive. Alright, we are getting out of here today for democracy.
ETA T-minus 10 seconds.
Alright. Well, I hope that helps a little bit with knowing
This is
how to
Pelican 1.
combat
I have visual on
bugs.
the extraction zone.
Shotguns and grenade launchers work
This is Pelican 1,
wonders,
preparing for touchdown.
but honestly, the anti-material rifle is what I'd look into investing, and you know, good crowd control stratagems, and to get to that
Countdown
grenade launcher
initiated.
as
Stand by for
fast as
takeoff.
possible.
Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Serving democracy up with the best of them. Let's see how
Another
we did.
victory for the right side of history.
Damn straight, democracy officer. Damn straight. Oh, yep, looks like we got everything. Honestly, I found medium as definitely a good, well, ironically enough, happy medium difficulty to get decent rewards and level up fast enough. So the second you feel comfortable with the game, I recommend start playing on medium. Decent holder, that is for sure. Glorious return. And
Mission accomplished, Helldiver.
immediately time to stop being social and go back to my own safe space. I can tolerate you only for as long as we are forced to be together. Then I must sequester myself upon mine own vessel. Alright, so yeah, that was how I learned to get jiggy with the game and get a little bit more comfortable with the Terminids early on. Just a recap of what we learned today: mobility is
Managed
what
democracy
makes
calls
or
for
breaks
aid.
you in Helldivers,
Only
you
you
know.
can answer.
Only later on in my mind can you start considering, you know, slowing down and, you know, sacrificing your speed for some more useful stratagems. But, you know, that time and that choice will be in the future. But for the moment, you know, difficulties 1 to 4, you know, mobility, crowd control stratagems. That is the name of the game that I will pass on to you, my fellow democracy spreaders. So that is all that we have for tonight's video. Thank you ever so kindly for tuning in. I do so appreciate your patronage. If you enjoyed what you saw, consider leaving a like on the video or sharing it to your friends. I appreciate it greatly. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.